This video is brought to you by U23CoLangs Academic Committee. Our topic today is penetration. We are going to solve problem 1 now. Okay. The tutor for this is Ibrahim Zugo and it's recorded by David. As given here, the problem 1 said that we are given a vertical cylinder of 60 mm diameter and 80 mm long, which stands on the horizontal plane. And it is being completely penetrated by another cylinder of 40 mm diameter and 80 mm long. The axis of the two cylinders bisect each other at right angles. The axis of the horizontal cylinder is parallel to the vertical plane. Draw the projection of the two cylinders showing the curves of intersection. Now, to do this, we must first have our horizontal and vertical plane. Our horizontal plane is like this, and then the vertical plane is like this. Okay. Now, ideally, whenever I want to draw a cylinder, we must first start with the cycle to have it to be accurate in the drawing. Now, we are going to measure from this. Now, to do this cycle, under the cylinder is at the top front view, and the cycle lies the base of the cylinder on the top of the cylinder will be what? Under, which is the top view. Now, to do so, we are going to measure 20 mm. You can measure 30. Let's use 20 mm to have a gap between the vertical cylinder and also the top view of the cylinder. Now, I measure 20 mm here. Okay. Then from this, the diameter of the vertical cylinder is given as 60 mm. Therefore, the radius is 30 mm. So I will measure 30 from my here. I measure 30. This is 30 mm. 30 from 1, not 0. So this is 30 mm. Putting it here at center, I will strike an arc. Make an arc here to have my center line. Therefore, the next thing to do is to have my center line. So here it is. This is the center line. So now, with the center point at center, I will make the cycle. Everything should be construction line, but for the sake of tutorial, I'm going to make it a little bit darker so that it will be seen clearly. So here it is. Now, I will now project this cycle upward to have my cylinder. Now to do it upward, this has to be tangent, like this, and take it upward. Come here also. I want to do the same thing here. Now take it upward. So now, the height of the cylinder is 80 mm. That's its length. It's 80 mm long. So I'll now measure 80 mm from here. 80 mm. It is like this. But before then, we know that the cylinder is being penetrated at the center. So the half of 80 is 40. That's the center. So now I cut it. I did this simultaneously to save time. So now the next thing is to join points. Now I have my cylinder standing. So now with this, since it penetrates at the center, I'll now cut this cylinder into two. Okay. Now, as given, so the cylinder is being penetrated by another cylinder of 80 mm long and 40 mm diameter. Now, to do so, I will now measure 40 mm to the right, 40 mm to the left, in order to have my 80 mm. So now, you can put here, center at 40 like this, and then you measure, here is 80, and then come to it's here. So here is your 80 mm length. So now, from this point, I'm going to take 20 mm here to separate the next cycle from this drawing. Now, I'm going to take 20 mm because I want to draw my cycle first before I will draw the horizontal cylinder. Always we draw the cycle first to have it more accurate. So now I've measured my 20 mm, which is the radius of the horizontal cylinder. So now it's this point at center, I will strike an arc here. So now let me make my center line. Always draw a cycle, we must need to find our center line. So before then, I said we have to give 20 mm from here to here, right? So this is it. Now I will add 20 mm, which is the diameter of the, which is the radius of the horizontal cylinder. Now I will cut it to have my center line. Okay, here it is. So from this point here at center, I will make the cycle. Okay, sorry. This cycle of 20 mm radius, which is 40 diameter. So now I will now project this cycle backward to have my cylinder. So here it is. Okay, come here also and project it backward. Here it is. Now, I can be able to make my horizontal cylinder. The best, ideally, we can be doing them simultaneously. Let me do the that one also simultaneously. I'm going to do the same thing here to have my cycle here also. You can do it separate, you can do it simultaneously, but to save time, let's do it all together. So it's here, 20 millimeter. I will make a cycle here. Here it is. So with this cycle, I will also, so now I'll also extend it to pass through the bigger cycle to have, okay, now, okay, this is it. Now, this point here, this is where I cut it, which from here to here is 80. This is the length of the cylinder, the horizontal cylinder of 80 millimeter long also. So if I project this line downward, it's going to be the same with the one at the bottom. So now, like this. Okay, sorry. So then, starting from here, this, join this point, and then join this also together. Now I have my one side of the cylinder, and to the other side, I will do the same thing also. So now, here it is. Okay. So with this now, I can make my line to be dark. Or let's go to the next thing. Let me make it dark first. Let's darken this place so that the cylinder will be visible to see how it passes through. Okay. Now I'm going to darken this also. Okay, so let me darken the vertical cylinder also. Okay. This more darker. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing to do is to bisect our cycle. We are going to divide the cycle into 12 equal parts. So we can do that using a compass, or we can use this to have the, let's use the compass. Here, when you put it like this, 180, then you measure 60 millimeter everywhere. Here, 60, sorry, 30 degrees, and you have your 90 here. 30, 60, 90, and that's 120, 150. Then now, the next thing to do is to connect those points. This. You can use any method suitable for you to divide your cycle into 12 equal parts. So now, there it is. So there it is. So now, as you can see, I've divided my cycle into 12 equal parts. I'm going to do the same thing to the one under. Divide into 12 equal parts. 30 degrees, 30, 60, 120, 90, 120, and 150. So now connect points passing through the center line. Okay. Ideally, it should be very light, making this to be dark so that it can be clearly seen for the sake of tutorial. Okay, there it is. Now I've divided my two cycles into 12 equal parts. Now I will number them. If you number here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And to number the cycle under, we're going to start from here. This is our 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now, the next thing to do is to project all those points to the other side here, the horizontal. Now, we want to take starting from 2 and 12, which they are on the same point. So, if I take 2 only, it is as if I take both 2 and 12, so they lie at the same point with a construction line. Now, the next thing, I will take on to 3 and 11. 3 and 11 are also on the same point. Now, project it to inward. Now, 4 is already 4 and 10. They're already on the line. Then 5 and 9, project them inward. Then 6 and 8, 6 and 8 also are at the same point. So now project 6 and 8 inward. So now the next thing to do is to also project those lines inward also. So now I'm going to project 11 and 9 at the same point. So we take them inward. Same thing to 12 and 8. Take it inward. Then 1 and 7 are already projected. Now I'll take my 2 and 6. Take them inward. Then 3 and 5. Take them inward. So now the next thing to do is to project those lines from the top view. Take it upward. Now I will start from the first line here, which is line 10, and also line 4. You can see that if I put my set square here, line 10 and line 4 correspond to each other. So I'll now project them upward. You can take both or take one. Let's take both, and then here. At the point of 10, you point 10 and 4. This is line 10 and 4. Then you make a small sign here. So now the next thing is to go to the next line, which is this touching this cycle. This line 11 and 9 that touch the cycle immediately. Likewise, line 3 and 5 touch this cycle. So now you come to them, and then you project them upward. The points where line 3 and line 11 touch. As you can see, this is our line 3. Then we make a small dot, and then line 3. Here it is. Here, what's a mistake? We have to take line 11 and 9. This is line 11 and 9 here. We now project line 11 and 9 upward. Line 11 and 9, take it upward here. Now we now see where line 11 and 9. This is our line 11 here. This is our line 9 here. Then we make a sign. Then the next one is this line, which is line 12 and 8. And line 12 and 8, put it here. We project line 12 and 8, take it upward. Okay. Line 12 and 8. This is line 12. This is our 12 here. This comes inward. They correspond at this point, touch each other. And line 8 is our line 8. Line 8 touches at this point. As you can see, our line 1 and 7 lies in this line 1 and 7. As it goes up, it is exactly at this point. So we don't need to put the point. This is our line 1 where it corresponds, and line 7 also corresponds. Then we'll come to the other side and do the same thing. On the other side now, I'm going to take those points under. So now, taking this point, which is line 4 and 10 also, line 4, this is our line 4. So now project it upward. This is going to give me so now here it is. This is our point 4 here. I will make dots. And the next thing is to project our line 3 here, line 3 and 5, line 3 and 5. Immediately where it touches the cycle, that's where we are going to project. Now, this is my line 3 and 5. I'll now take it upward. So now, let's see where line 3 and 5 touch each other. This is our line 3, like this. Here it is. And this is our line 5. Come across, this is our line 5. We make a dot. Now, the next thing is to go to 2 and 6. This point, line 2 and 6. Line 2 and 6 immediately touching the cycle. This is the point where they touch the cycle. So now, I will now take this line upward, like this. Okay? So, this is my line 2, right? Line 2. And this is my line 6. Now make a dot. Now the next thing is to connect these dots using a French curve. Okay? Now we use French curve to connect those dots. Make sure you have at least 3 dots touching each other. At least 3. If you can have 4 or more than that is okay. Now I have 4 dots touching points. Now I will now connect them like this and darken the line. So next, come to here and also connect them. Okay, as I said, to connect this point, you must have at least 3 points joined together. So I made a mistake here. So now, let's connect these 3, not less than 3. Now I have my 3 points here. So now, I'll connect this point also, which are 3 points connected together. I'll now connect them. Or, I'll connect this. So anyway, you can manipulate your French curve to make sure you have all the points connected in the curve. You can do so. You can use any of the French curve that is suitable for you, that you are very sure to be accurate points. Now, I have my 3 points connected here also. I will now connect them. So here it is. So now, come to this side also and do the same thing. You connect. Have my 2 points connected. I think I have 4 connected. No, only 3. Fourth one is not up. So now I will connect this 3 also. Okay. So my 3 points connected. Now I will now connect these points also. So here it is. All our points connected. Now is to darken this line here because it is visible. As you can see from the top view. So make it dark. Only the side that needs to be darkened, and then the down part also. So darken it. So here it is. This is all that is required. You can make this a little bit more darker. As you can see, one is not that very dark. So let's make it a little bit darker. Okay. There it is.